Doors are opening. 69th Street train making all stops. Doors are closing. Next stop, Arrett Transportation Center. For routes 3, 5, 59, 75, 89, J and K, and Jefferson Frankford Hospital. Next stop, Church. A wheelchair-accessible station for routes 3 and 5. Next stop, Erie Torresdale. A wheelchair-accessible station for routes 3 and 56. Next stop, Tioga. A wheelchair-accessible station for routes 3 and 89. Next stop, Allegheny. A wheelchair-accessible station for routes 3, 60, and 89.
For your safety, please do not walk between cars. The end doors are for emergency use only. Thank you.
Next stop, Somerset. A wheelchair-accessible station for routes 3 and 54. Next stop, Huntington. A wheelchair-accessible station for routes 3 and 39 and Episcopal Hospital. Next stop, York Dauphin. A wheelchair-accessible station for routes 3, 39, and 89. Next stop, Berks. A wheelchair-accessible station for route 3. Next stop, Girard. A wheelchair-accessible station for routes 5, 15, and 25. Next stop, Spring Garden. For routes 5, 25, and 43, and Columbus Boulevard. Next stop, 2nd Street. A wheelchair-accessible station for Penn's Landing and Old City restaurants and shops. Next stop, 5th Street, Independence Hall. A wheelchair-accessible station for Independence National Historical Park and National Museum of American Jewish History. Next stop, 8th Street. A wheelchair-accessible station for the Broadridge Spur, the Patco High-Speed Line, and the Fashion District. Next stop, 11th Street. For SEPTA Jefferson Station and Regional Rail Lines, the Pennsylvania Convention Center, and Reading Terminal Market. Next stop, 13th Street. A wheelchair-accessible station for free interchange to trolley routes 10, 11, 13, 34, 36, and SEPTA customer service. Next stop, 15th Street. A wheelchair-accessible station for SEPTA Suburban Station and Regional Rail Lines, City Hall, Dilworth Park, and free interchange for the Broad Street line.
Next stop, Drexel Station at 30th Street.
A wheelchair-accessible station for Amtrak's William H. Gray III 30th Street Station, SEPTA's Regional Rail Lines, and free interchange to trolley routes 10, 11, 13, 34, and 36.
Next stop, 34th Street. Exit for University City, Drexel University, and the University of Pennsylvania. Next stop, 40th Street. For routes 30, 40, diverted trolley routes, and Penn Presbyterian Medical Center. Next stop, 46th Street. A wheelchair-accessible station for routes 31 and 64. Next stop, 52nd Street. A wheelchair-accessible station for routes 31 and 52. Next stop, 56th Street. A wheelchair-accessible station for routes 31 and G. Next stop, 60th Street. A wheelchair-accessible station for routes 31 and 46. Next stop, 63rd Street. A wheelchair-accessible station for routes 21 and 31. Next stop, Millbourne. A wheelchair-accessible station. Next and last stop, 69th Street Transportation Center. A wheelchair-accessible station for Norristown High-Speed Line and bus and trolley routes serving Delaware, Chester, and Montgomery counties and the Philadelphia Airport.